Hello you guys, and welcome back to my channel. I go by London or London Cooks. Today we're going to be making some honey ginger baked chicken. Now this chicken only requires a few ingredients, with love being one of them, and if you like what you're seeing, stick around for more. Everything that we're using today. So we're going to be using some garlic powder, paprika, all-purpose seasoning, black pepper, soy sauce, ginger, garlic, and pimento seasoning, honey, oil. This is my fresh blend, which is similar to green seasoning, and I'll list the ingredients list for this below. And also I do have a tutorial on this. I'll list that below. This is 1 tablespoon of pureed ginger. And my chicken, which I did wash my chicken using lime juice and cool water. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is to season our chicken, you guys. This is about 1 pound to 1.5 pounds of chicken, and I do have 2 pieces of thigh in here and 2 pieces of white meat or chicken breast. So to my bowl, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 2 teaspoons paprika, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, 1/2 tablespoon of the ginger, garlic, and pimento seasoning. If you're not able to find this locally, I do also have this listed on my Amazon storefront. I'll list the link to that below, and you guys can check it out if you're interested in finding this seasoning. I'm now going to go in with 1/2 tablespoon of all-purpose seasoning, and I'm going to add the entire 1 tablespoon of fresh blend. I'm also going to add 1/2 of the amount of ginger that I had in here, which should be about 1/2 tablespoon. And lastly, I'm going to drizzle a little oil, about 1/4 cup or so. And this is just going to help our meat to marinate and help the seasonings to spread nicely on the chicken. Alright, so now I'm going to combine all of this evenly. Alright, so this is how my chicken looks after seasoning it, you guys. And I'm now going to allow this to marinate for only 4 hours for the purpose of the video. But if you do have enough time, you can let this marinate for overnight, and the flavors will be even more intense in your chicken. My chicken is completely marinated, and my oven has already been preheated to 370 degrees. So I lined a baking container, you guys, with parchment paper, but use whatever you have. You don't have to use parchment paper. I'm using this for easy cleanup and just to protect my container so that they last longer, in my opinion, that is. Alright, so I'm just going to add my chicken. I'm not adding anything whatsoever to the parchment paper, meaning I'm not adding any type of grease or nothing, because whenever you use parchment paper, that is not necessary. Now, if I was not using the parchment paper and I was going to place the chicken directly into the container without no parchment paper or anything, then yes, I will advise to ensure that you're greasing your container for sure before adding the chicken in. So I'm just going to place these in. And I only have 4 pieces of chicken, so there isn't any special way to pack this chicken. But if you're making a lot of this, try to pack them closely. That way your chicken will stay nice and juicy. Right, so I'm just going to just put the remainder of what's left in my bowl. This is all that I have left in here. And I'm just going to spread that evenly, not a thick layer, over each piece of chicken. And then I'm going to place these in the oven uncovered to bake for 1 hour and 20 minutes. And I will be sure to baste my chicken every 30 minutes. And basting the chicken will help to keep your chicken nice and juicy. And it will also help to give your chicken a nice, pretty color. So this is our chicken. I'm just going to drizzle just a little bit of oil on top of this, just so that it doesn't burn once I add it to the oven. Let's make a really quick glaze for our chicken while our chicken cooks. So in the bowl that already had the ½ tablespoon of pureed ginger, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of the soy sauce. If you have low sodium soy sauce, you guys, that'll be even better. And as much honey as you'd like. I'm adding about 1.5 tablespoons, but you can add as much honey to here as you like. And this is going to be used to just glaze our chicken at the end of cooking, or towards the end of cooking, closer towards the end of cooking. So I'm going to give this a really quick stir just to ensure that I combine these evenly. And let's say you make this and you find that you run out once you start glazing your chicken, just go ahead and make some more, you guys. You definitely want to have enough to glaze each side of your chicken at least twice, or I'll say do it to your preference. But for me, whenever I glaze any type of baked chicken, I like to glaze each side or put some sauce on each side at least twice, because I feel that's a good way to taste the glaze in the chicken. Alright, so this has been evenly combined, and now I'm just going to set this aside until my chicken is done. Alright, you guys, this is how my chicken looks 1 hour into baking, and I did make sure to baste my chicken every 30 minutes or so. Now it's time to glaze this chicken. So I will not be draining any of this juice because I'm only doing 4 pieces of chicken. The chicken did not release that much juice, but I will definitely say that if you're going to be doing a large batch of this, the chicken will release way more juices. And so at this point in time, what I would advise is, if you like your chicken nice and juicy, then leave the juices in there and bake your chicken however you like. If you prefer your chicken a little bit more on the drier side, then you definitely want to drain out most of these juices, and I would say to leave about this amount that I have in there. This is enough juices just to prevent the chicken from sticking, even though it will not stick to the parchment paper. But just to keep it nice and juicy and not too dry, you can definitely keep this amount of juice in here. So now I'm just going to flip each piece of the chicken. I'm also going to put it back in the oven for about 4 minutes per side. So each time I glaze it, I'm going to allow it to bake for 4 minutes per side. I'm not turning my oven to broil. I'm simply just leaving it alone. But if you like nice crispy chicken, you can go ahead and turn the oven to broil, but be very careful because the glaze has honey in there. And so at this point in time, your chicken is going to burn pretty easily. So be very careful since we are glazing the chicken using honey, and honey burns very easily. Alright you guys, our baked chicken is now done. I cooked these for a total of about, I would say, 1 hour and 15 minutes. And you guys, this smells so good. Now, as I mentioned before, I only have 2 thighs and 2 breasts in here. White meat does usually cook quicker than dark meat. So, please, 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 you guys, the cooking time may vary. Alright, so let's test our chicken to see if it's done. I know for a fact that the chicken breast is done because chicken breast usually cooks very quickly. So, let's test the dark meat. And that is done. Now, a safe way and an easy way to know if your chicken is cooked through completely, you can insert a food thermometer in the thickest part of the chicken, so you can allow it to touch the bone, or just insert it to the thickest part of the chicken. And as long as the temperature reads at least 165 degrees, then you are in the all clear. That is a safe internal temperature to eat chicken. Alright friends, and that's a wrap. Honey ginger baked chicken. I have some leftover white rice and asparagus, and so I'm serving my chicken with plain white rice and steamed asparagus, but you can feel free to serve this with whatever you want to. If you've got this far in the video and you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and join the fam, as we're always welcoming new cooking friends. And if you enjoyed this tutorial, go ahead and share it with a family member or a friend. Alright, so see you guys in the next video. Happy cooking, and oh, let me not forget, you don't have to follow anyone's recipe to a T. Switch things up if you must, and do things however you like. That is the whole point of homemade cooking. Alright, see you guys in the next tutorial. Bye guys.